Every year there's a new must-have feature for flagship phones. What is Huawei is going to do in its next flagship? What are the new features it is going to introduce? I will let you know. But if you are new here and want to stay up to date about the latest tech reviews and news, please hit the subscribe followed by the bell. A waterfall display is when the side edges of a display are curved to such a degree that you can't see any side edge bezel. Now, the concept of a curved screen isn't new by any means. We've long seen curved edges, back to when the Samsung Galaxy Note Edge appeared in 2014, which then developed into the likes of the S7 Edge and beyond. Having this seemingly absent side bezel creates a much higher screen-to-body ratio, so for fully immersive viewing such devices will be ideal for media. Less bezel also minimizes the overall footprint of a device without sacrificing screen real estate, not that the current crop of handsets and are small scale by any means. We have seen a lot of waterfall display phones in the past, but Xiaomi's Mi Mix Alpha is almost entirely made of screen, having more than 180% screen-to-body ratio. But this design poses obvious issues with cost, durability, battery life, accidental touch recognition, privacy, and so on. Huawei has had a very eventful year. However, this does not prevent the Chinese manufacturer from introducing new smartphones. For example, the Huawei P40 Pro was released in the Netherlands earlier this year, without Google services. The Mate 40 series is also expected later this year. In the meantime, the Chinese manufacturer is developing new models with a futuristic design. Huawei seems to be working on a rimless smartphone with a highly rounded display and an under-screen camera. This is evident from two patent applications that were approved today. The two patents were filed on October 28, 2019 by Huawei Technologies at the China National Intellectual Property Office. Basically, the two patents are alike, only the rear camera system differs by model. It is a very futuristic-looking device. The product images show a full-screen Huawei phone. The screen extends very far to the sides, further than with the current waterfall display, which Huawei has used since the Mate 30 series. There are also no physical buttons on the sides of the device. Only an power button is placed on the top. For the volume keys, Huawei has long used the principle that these can be called up virtually via the sidebar. The bottom of the device offers space for a USB-C connection. The front camera is not visible at all with the new Huawei smartphone. There is no punch-hole camera system, as we see with the latest top models from Huawei, think of the P40 series. Looking at the top of the device, there does not seem to be a pop-up camera system. Most likely, the patented Huawei smartphone has a camera under the screen. There are now several manufacturers who have shown a prototype phone with an under-screen camera, think Oppo and Xiaomi. It is expected that this technology will be sufficiently developed by the end of this year or next year to be applied in a final product. It goes without saying that innovative Huawei will certainly want to respond to this new trend. Finally, we have often encountered a Huawei smartphone with an under-screen camera. So far, the two patents are the same. So both show a full-screen Huawei phone with an under-screen camera. Only the rear camera system differs from each other. The first model shows a vertically positioned camera system, as we know from the high-end P series. 3 camera lenses are visible, with the bottom rectangular. This is most likely a telephoto lens with zoom functionality. A flash is placed between the second and third lenses. The camera system looks a lot more discreet and narrower than the P40 series, more comparable in that respect to the P30 series, which is 1 year older, although it does not have a periscopic zoom. The second model opted for a round camera, similar to the Mate series. The round camera system seems to accommodate 4 camera lenses and shows remarkable similarities with the current Mate 30 Pro. The fact that Huawei has had this phone design captured with different camera systems seems to indicate that the Chinese manufacturer intends to apply this full-screen front to several models. This makes sense because this smartphone looks a lot more modern and futuristic than the models that we can currently buy in stores. However, more modern is not always better. For example, opinions about a waterfall display are divided. Although a rounded screen looks very sleek, it does not always benefit the operation. This may also apply to the new camera system. Finally, no smartphone manufacturer has yet dared to release a phone with an under-screen camera. The image quality is simply not yet sufficient, as several manufacturers have now announced. This will therefore have to be worked on hard before the first models with a camera under the screen will actually be introduced. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next video.